Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Steven Universe. That's right, we are here at Steven Universe Season 5, Episode 25. This is the first episode of Steven Universe, the first new episode, I should say, that we've had since July. It was near the end of July that we got episode 24 for Legs from Here to Homeworld, and that was the last time we've had any Steven Universe content. Until just recently. On Christmas Eve, they re-aired from Legs from Here to Homeworld, although I think that was actually technically the first official airing. I think it was leaked before. But then, just this past Monday, they released the new episode. I don't have a title, I don't have any info on it, I'm completely blind. As you can see, though, I am wearing my Great Diamond Authority t-shirt. I got this for Christmas, and so I'm definitely ready to go. Because last we left off, the Diamonds have been reformed. They have been redeemed, and they are now working with Steven and the Crystal Gems to basically put Earth back to where it was, to how it should be. And their only real lead at this point is to try and get White Diamond, the matriarch of the Great Diamond Authority, to help. However, upon getting to Homeworld by taking Pink Diamond's old thick leg ship, we find out White Diamond is kind of terrifying, but not in a scary monster kind of terrifying, more as in this is more like, I'd say, more realistic. What I mean is that in the real world, the most terrifying people aren't the monsters, the psychopaths, even the serial killers. The most terrifying people are the ones who seem normal on the surface, the ones who seem calm and collected and well organized, who seem like they're well thought out in their plans and everything. And you come to realize that they are, but their plans, their thoughts, their beliefs, their ideals are all evil. The people like, dare I say, Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Benito Mussolini, various people like that. Yes, I know, I'm naming some of the world's most horrible people. But that's accurate here. Now, I'm not saying that White Diamond is a Nazi or anything. I'm just saying that she kind of has that representative, personality to her. She's charismatic in a way. She has this way of speaking, this way of just presenting herself that comes across in the same kind of way as people like that. You could even throw Donald Trump into the mix for an example of that. These just horrifying people from the past and present who really encapsulate this. Heck, Putin could possibly even be thrown into that. And so on and so forth. And yeah, it's fascinating to see a villain who's not like Yellow Diamond, this military giant, this leader of strength and power. No, White Diamond's charisma. And I kind of like that. I like how each diamond kind of represents their own facet, pun intended, of villainy in a way. Blue Diamond is emotion. She's all about the emotional pull of things, gripping onto that system of beliefs and ideals that people connect to through their own lives, through their own experiences. Yellow Diamond is military power and strength. She's all about being the best, being the strongest, being the most advanced out there. White Diamond is all about, of course, as I said, charisma. All about the speeches, the presence, just being there, basically. As you see with all of their ships, Blue and Yellow Diamond are the arms, Pink Diamond is the legs. White Diamond is the torso and head. Charisma is terrifying when used in specific ways. And then, of course, there's Pink Diamond, though. And Pink Diamond represents, what's the specific word for it? Don't you hate it when you have something in your head, but it just, like, fleets out of there because you're saying other things? Unpredictability. Let's just go with that. She represents unpredictability. You never know what Pink Diamond's going to do. Just like how there are real-life monstrous people in this world who are just completely unpredictable. You never know what their next move is going to be. You never know how they're going to act, who they're going to hurt, who they're going to kill even. And it's a really unnerving facet. And when I specifically mention that these are all kinds of facets of villainy, I mean it that way. Because while Blue and Yellow have seemingly been redeemed, like, these are all villains of this series. Even if they've been redeemed, they were villains. Blue and Yellow were villains for a good amount of time in this series. White Diamond, the matriarch, we had only just finally seen her in From Legs From Here to Homeworld. But she's kind of been seen as, like, more than likely the main villain. Though I think there might be something more to it. I think there may be something more. And Pink Diamond, we've been finding out in more recent episodes, and especially this season in general, that she's not the good person that we thought she was. Like, even Steven and the Crystal Gems are starting to realize that Rose, or Pink Diamond, or whatever you want to call her now, was kind of a terrible person. She was exceedingly selfish. She was exceedingly, like, putting her own desires and wants above others. Putting multiple different people and gems and whatnot in danger for her own sake. She just caused so many issues. The entire thing that happened with Earth, with the, I forgot what it's called, but, you know, the big, event at the end of the war. I cannot think of what it's called. My mind's blanking on that now, too. You know, what, Senti warned Steven about. The loud screeching noise. I cannot think of what it was actually called, though. Either way, that was all because of Pink. It was all because of her selfish desires and actions. Pink Diamond was a villain. Even as Rose Quartz. And maybe she changed when she started getting more into Earth and Greg and everything. Sure, I can acknowledge that. But you cannot deny that her actions were terrible and that she was villainous. And honestly, very childish and immature and just terrible. I mean, I used to like her. I used to like Rose, but not anymore. Not after finding out what she was really like. Blue Diamond's my diamond now. Either way. So yeah, it's been like 5 months since we've had any Steven Universe content. But we're finally back, and I'm excited. This will be a weekly thing. There are weekly episodes going on now to finish Season 5. I don't know exactly how many episodes there are. I think it's like 4 or 5 episodes in total, which would include last week's and this week's. So maybe like 3 more? 2, 3 more? Something like that? I don't know for sure. But it's basically this arc, which is called Diamond Days. And I assume it's just going to all be taking place on Homeworld and involving White Diamond. And I don't even think it's going to all be solved here. I have seen a promotional art, and I do know that Steven gets some kind of Rose Quartz style armor, or Pink Diamond style armor, I guess would be more accurate. And so I'm excited to see where that goes. It also showed Connie with a sword. Now, if you remember, the old sword broke. So Connie's going to get a new sword, and I'm all for that. Last we left off specifically, Steven was summoned to White Diamond. Didn't even really get a chance to speak. and she just, like, kind of, like, uh, bounced Steven right on out after basically saying hi and brought him into a palanquin. And now he's just sitting there, and that's kind of where the last episode left off. It was a really sudden and just insane way to end that episode after the introduction of White Diamond. It's like this big moment, this huge introductory moment to White Diamond, and then it's just over. But yeah, I really can't wait to see where this episode's going to go. Again, I have no knowledge of it at all. I don't know the title. I don't know the plot of it. I have no clue what's going to happen here. But this has been a long time coming, and I'm super hyped. This is one of my favorite shows, after all. So, we're just going to get this started and get into this episode. Now, I do have other stuff to get to today. I do have to record Castlevania and stuff as well, so I'm going to try to keep my afterthoughts brief. I will say that right now, but who knows? Either way, let's get this going. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts, and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so there's a few things I want to talk about here, but I think the big thing is, at least to start with, is that they're trying to humanize Pink Diamond at this point. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let me explain. See, past episodes of this season have made a point of showing that Pink Diamond was not the Rose, pun intended, we all thought she was. She was not just this perfect, beautiful, just kind-hearted person. She was messed up. She was arrogant. She was ignorant. She was insanely, honestly, my mind blanks on a lot of words today, apparently. And I said this word earlier, too. Selfish. She was really selfish and conceited and self-serving. Everything was for her own desires. Whether it be from wanting to be seen as important as the other diamonds, to wanting to enjoy herself on Earth. It was all for her. Everything she did wasn't for the humans initially. Sure, maybe it became that eventually, but that's not the reason she was doing what she did. That was not the reason for the rebellion. That was not the reason for her defying the other diamonds. It wasn't. It was initially her selfishness, her arrogance, her self-centeredness, and the season and these episodes that have revealed this. Sorry, also, if you just if you just heard a notification sound, that was just don't mind it. But the problem is, these past episodes and this past season in general and all have made a point of showing that she's not that she wasn't this perfect good person, that she was kind of messed up. And Steven was questioning his loyalty to her memory, because everything he had been told and everything he had heard up to that point was all this amazing good stuff, just like us as viewers, and now she was revealed for what she really was. And he was unsure of how to feel about it. He was unsure of what to think of her. And rightfully so. And now, this episode, specifically with the song Familiar, tries to humanize her again by making it like, oh, she just wanted to fit in. She just wanted to be seen as important alongside her fellow diamonds and stuff. And oh, I, as Steven, relate to that, because there was a time where I wanted to just feel like I was important as the rest of the Crystal Gems, where I felt like I wanted to fit in. And it's like, Yes, you did, but you never went out of the way to be an asshole about it. You never basically started a war because of it. Let's be honest here. Um, Steven never went that far. Pink, or Rose, or whatever you want to call her, she caused all these problems, probably a shit ton of human death, definitely a lot of gem destruction, a lot of destruction on Earth, and all of this because of her own selfish desires. And I'm not saying it's wrong to have selfish desires. Everyone does. I have selfish desires. Everyone I know in my life has selfish desires. It's part of being human. And gems, while not human, are very human-like. So I can excuse them having selfish desires too. But it's all about where you take those desires. It's all about how you handle it. And Pink did not handle it well. But Steven has. He's become stronger because of it, and he's gained that respect that he wanted. He's gained the ability to stand alongside the other crystal gems. He earned it. Not by throwing temper tantrums, not by starting wars, not by selfishly acting out. No. He earned it by helping others and doing his best to make sure that he could be the kind of person the crystal gems and humans alike could be proud of. And he's made so many friends, so many people look to him for advice even. And he's become an integral part of the crystal gems because of it. So it's just like, the comparison here is definitely there. You can make this valid comparison. I'm not saying the show is wrong for doing so. What I'm saying is that the show is trying to make it seem like they're exactly the same. And they're not. It's trying to humanize Pink Diamond after taking all this time to dehumanize her. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't work in terms of storytelling. You can't just take all this time to show, like, the entire show before all of this was revealed was basically saying, oh, Rose was this amazing person. After we find out she's Pink Diamond, it starts to dehumanize her, so no, she wasn't this amazing person. And then you're just trying to reverse it again? It comes across as just flip-floppy. It's like, make up your mind. Was she this awesome person or not? You can't just keep going back and forth. Yes, people do have both sides. There are people who have a lot of good to them and a lot of bad. But in terms of storytelling and in terms of making a well-fleshed out character, you can't just keep flip-flopping back and forth every few episodes. You have to give it time. You have to give some space to let these really soak in and let them have an effect on the characters. Because otherwise, it just comes off as flip-floppy and lazy, honestly. That's just my views on it, though. Otherwise, the song was okay. Just as a song, it was kind of just okay. It's not the best this series has had. Not the worst, necessarily, but definitely not the best. Otherwise, this episode was all set up. It was setting up for the rest of the Diamond Days series of episodes. And I can dig it. I can dig what they're kind of going for here. So, Steven's just kind of getting acquainted with Homeworld. Though the other Diamonds view it as being reacquainted because they still view Steven as Pink. First, he's just in Pink's room, and he meets the Pebbles. The Pebbles are these little servile, I guess you could call them gems. I guess gems is just the race, so I'm going to call them gems. They're these, like, little servile gems who are just there for no other reason than to be servants. In fact, they kind of remind me of the mice in Cinderella, the ones who were helping Cinderella herself. They kind of make me think of her. They're kind of just like hiding in the walls and stuff and coming out to help out. They make her clothes, stuff like that. And it's kind of like we see them make Steven's new clothes here. We see them helping out, like doing whatever he needs them to do. So it's kind of reminding me of that, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not like this huge Cinderella fan, but it's a cool little idea. But then Steven is summoned to Yellow Diamond's room, which we see has a sauna, which is an interesting idea. I could definitely believe that would fit Yellow. We also see another side to Yellow once again. We've seen Yellow be the strong military general. We've seen her even show an emotional side, but here we see her kind of laughing, being very copacetic and happy and just relaxed. It felt really different, but at the same time it still felt like Yellow Diamond. And that is how you do that. That is how you change up a character's personality in terms of the specific circumstances and everything that's going on around them. Because everyone on Earth has multiple facets to who they are. They don't just have a solid, straight personality. Depending on circumstances, depending on the situation, depending on everything surrounding them, they're different from time to time. Like, there are times where I'm excessively angry and honestly kind of vile. There are times where I'm really depressed and mopey and just lazing around. And there are times where I'm really happy and having fun and all of that. And it's like, people have that range of emotion and personality to them. It's not just one solid thing. So seeing it done here with Yellow, it's refreshing to see that. To see all these different facets, again, pun intended, to her character. And having it come across as natural, because, again, the situation is different. They're all back on Homeworld. Their Pink Diamond is back. And everybody's just, like, saying, oh, we could go back to normal now. Yellow's remembering the good times. She's laughing. She just feels so happy. And it's wonderful to see. And we go to Blue Diamond's room after that, and she's in the bath, combing her hair with this singing comb. And we see that she's Blue Diamond, let's be honest. Her personality's not much different from what we have seen, but we've seen her personality change in the past too. We've seen her sad and depressed. We've seen her angry and militant. We've seen her happy and laughing. And she shows mostly the sorrowful and happy parts in this scene. Remembering all these things that Steven just doesn't have the ability to remember. And it's fun to see this come back into play more with Blue Diamond, seeing how Steven he can't remember this kind of stuff. This is all new to him. He doesn't have Pink's memories. So, yeah. But then he finds out that Pink Diamond used to throw balls, these parties. These big dances, parties, whatever you want to call them. Basically the same kind of thing you would see like in She-Ra with the Princess Prom or what have you. And so his plan is to throw one. He plans to throw a ball and invite everyone, kind of just to break the ice and get everything going. And his main goal, as we saw, is to stop Homeworld from destroying the lives and planets of all of these other people out there, whether it be Earth or otherwise. Now, I don't think it's going to go that easy, not by any means, but he's got his fellow crystal gems there to help, and so I have hope. I have hope that this is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. Again, I don't think this is going to go super well in the end. But I also don't think that this, the last few episodes of Season 5, this Diamond Days series, is going to finish off everything with White Diamond. And I don't think it's going to be like as simple as redeeming her. Or I don't think, and if it does, I don't think the Great Diamond Authority are the true final villains. There's going to be something else. Because I kind of believe that there's more to Steven Universe than what we've seen on the surface. One, there's a movie coming. And there's still some unknown villain for that. But two, I still think Steven Universe probably has at least 2 more seasons. Seasons 6 and 7. I honestly do believe that it does still have a couple seasons left. I just feel like if they tried to finish it off with this season, it would just feel extremely rushed. And if they tried to finish it off with next season, I just don't think they could do it unless they made next season longer than normal. Which they could do. But I just feel it would be better to have 2 more seasons. And I think right now, again, the best idea at this point would probably be to just go ahead and go with the idea that the diamonds are not the final villains, that there's someone else. Whether it's another gem on Homeworld pulling the strings, or whether there's even someone beyond the diamonds out there, beyond the gems altogether. I don't know, I just feel like it feel almost underwhelming if this is it. Because I think even though White Diamond's going to be definitely one hell of a match to take on, I don't think that, she just doesn't feel like an endgame boss to me. She doesn't feel like a final villain to me. She feels more like the penultimate enemy. Like Death in Castlevania. Or someone like that. Like Zant in Twilight Princess. And yeah, I don't even like Twilight Princess, and I'm making that reference. Or Girahim in Skyward Sword, for a Legend of Zelda game I do like. Feels more like the penultimate boss. The one who's kind of just leading the way to what the real evil is. What the real enemy is. And I don't know, if they made her the final villain, if they made that the big thing where it's like Steven and the other diamonds have to form an army or something to go against White Diamond and hers, I don't know, it's just going to feel really underwhelming. Just, I don't know, that's just how I view it so far. I still think that Steven Universe has a couple more seasons worth of content in it. I think that there's still plenty of time to do some more and reveal some more mysteries and bring on something bigger to really surprise us. Heck, here's an interesting plot twist that could happen. Maybe Homeworld itself is alive. Kind of a what is the name of that transformer? It's not Cybertron. Cybertron is the planet, but there's another one that I'm thinking of. Oh my gosh, that's going to bother me. Hold on, let me look that up. Transformers Living Planet. Unicron, that's it. That's it. It kind of, maybe it's like Unicron from Transformers, where the planet itself is a living organism. That would be cool. Or maybe there's just something else out there. Maybe something that created the gems in the first place. That could be interesting. Or maybe we find out that Homeworld isn't actually where it all started, and that Homeworld's a colony in and of itself. That would be cool. Maybe even that the diamonds themselves did not know that. That would be cool. That would be a fun twist. But the point is, I just feel like there's a lot more to this. It just feels like it's not ready to end yet. Like there's just something else that we're missing. And again, if this is how it ends, I just feel like it's going to be kind of underwhelming. If this is really the end game. And I think I said in my last reaction, I think my comment, in fact, let me look at that. I actually have that up right now. Yeah, I said on my episode 24 redirect, in the description, I wrote, I repeat, the end game is upon us. And at the time, it's like, when I first reacted to that, that's what was in my head. That's what I was thinking. Because that is definitely what it was kind of leading to in my mind. But when I started to really think about it, when I started to really think about how it felt, and just everything that was leading up to that, it definitely doesn't feel like the end game yet. It feels like it's leading to the end game. Like it's getting to that point, but it hasn't quite reached it just yet. Like it's kind of on the cusp of it, you know? But maybe that's just me. Either way, this episode was good, but it wasn't great. I just feel like, again, it was set up. It was meant to just kind of bridge the gap in between things. We've already seen from Legs from Here to Homeworld, and now it's kind of bridging the gap into what's coming next. And I'm hoping it's really good. I'm hoping that this ball that Steven's going to plan is going to be great. And I'm hoping that we're going to get some more awesome White Diamond stuff. I mean, apparently, she doesn't let people talk. Apparently, that's just a thing. So, I'm excited to see more of her. I'm excited to see more of White Pearl. And I can't wait to see what they do with this. So, in the meantime, tell me in the comments below what you thought of Familiar. Season 5, Episode 25 of Steven Universe. And just a reminder, I forgot to mention this before, but as a reminder for everyone, I count two-parter episodes as one episode. So that's why this is Episode 25 instead of 26. Because in my eyes, a two-parter, or a double-length episode, rather, is one episode. Because it's not like, oh, this is like part one of this, like, let's use Bismuth as an example. Bismuth wasn't, it wasn't Bismuth Part 1 and then Bismuth Part 2, 2 episodes. No, it was a double-length episode. It was a single episode, just twice as long, and it was just called Bismuth. That's not 2 episodes. Maybe in terms of production it is, but that's just in terms of production. That's not in terms of release. It was released as a single double-length episode. And all double-length episodes Steven Universe has had has been like that. The Season 1 finale, with where it revealed Garnet was a fusion and everything, and had the fight with Jasper and all, that was a two-parter, not a double-length episode. That is how you can separate. That's how you can view the differences. But yeah, this is episode 25 of the season. It is the 25th episode, because the other stuff before this, there was, I think, there was one double-length episode, but again, it was a single episode, just twice as long. It was not 2 episodes. That's how I'm viewing it. This is episode 25. So I did just want to get that out of the way. I did just want to say that, because when I was bringing up the last reaction I did back in July, because I wanted to see exactly when it was and all, I did see a comment from back then as well. From Daryl Jones, and he was like, you should specify the episode title to avoid confusion. Technically, Reunited, which was the previous one, was a double-length episode, but he's saying technically it's both the 23rd and 24th episode. And From Legs from Here to Homeworld is episode 25. But yeah, it's like, that's not how double-length episodes work. Double-length episodes, it's a double-length episode. It is a single episode, just twice as long. Also, Daryl said that after Legs from Here to Homeworld, there's one more episode in the season, and that's not true. The rest of these episodes are part of Season 5. Like the rest of the episodes in Diamond Days. This wasn't the final episode. And apparently, according to what he says, though, Season 6 is confirmed. I don't know how true that is, though. Because, I mean, I haven't heard anything specifically about that. But you never know. But yeah, it's just like, as my response to that when I wrote it like 5 months ago said, I don't count double-length episodes as multiple, just like Bismuth before Reunited is one episode, not two. It's just twice as long as a normal episode because of its importance and impact. Plus, my previous Steven Universe reaction was listed as 19 to 23, which lessens some of the confusion for consistent viewers of my channel. I don't specify episode titles in the video titles because they end up being too long in a lot of cases. This episode's title, Legs from Here to Homeworld, is quite long, for example. In the end, the thumbnail alone usually reveals which episode I'm referring to, such as for this one showing Homeworld, which was never actually seen in this way prior to this episode. As before, it just showed what it looked like from on/under the surface. We didn't see its design from space. And I know it's not the end. Okay, so at that time I was acknowledging it's not actually the end of the series. I said it's the beginning of the end game. By that I mean we're in the final stages of the series. I even say in the video, I didn't watch the video again, by the way. I don't remember if it was in the reaction or redirect, that White Diamond will likely be the main villain of Season 6. And I stand by that. I think White Diamond will probably be the main villain of Season 6 if we don't reveal that there's any other villain yet. I still don't think she's going to be the final villain, though. Here's what I'm kind of thinking is going to happen. As of now, again, after first seeing this and really thinking about it and stuff, I think that White Diamond is going to be the villain of Season 6. But it's going to... Season 6 is also going to start revealing a new main villain, like the final villain. And that the movie is probably going to end off Steven Universe. The movie's probably going to be the finale of Steven Universe. And that's going to have the final villain in it. The final main true villain. At least that would be the way I would do it, personally. I think that would be the best way to do it. Although I still think they could fit another, a 7th season in here as well. But we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, though, like I was saying before, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles, shed tears along the way, you're still standing, live, love, laugh.